Welcome to the Film Room, and on today's episode, we're going to take a look at Ohio State left tackle Josh Simmons. Here's a prospect that I am a huge fan of. I think he's one of the best prospects in this 2025 NFL draft class. The only problem is he's coming off an ACL injury that robbed him of half of this 2024 season. But what is he on tape? What does he show? Why am I such a big fan of him? I'm going to show you here. And if you're not familiar with what I do in these, I like to take clips. I like to take plays from different games and showcase, highlight what this prospect is, in this case, Josh Simmons, what he could provide to whichever NFL team ends up drafting him. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. One of the first things that stands out about Josh Simmons when you watch him is just his athletic ability. Here he is at the left tackle, and he's just got that burst and that quick lateral agility, that he doesn't have. Watching him against Iowa, watching him against Oregon, he's not a guy that took a lot of deep drops because he didn't need to. He has the speed, he has the quickness to either quick set and react with the defenders, or in this case, take a nice 45-degree angle out to this, 7 technique, and just cut him off, get his hands on him, and keep him at bay. And you just don't often see tackles with his size with this type of athletic ability. And then you see that here again, once again, left tackle. It's just that ability to just quick set, read the defender, and just engage and slide out with him. And it's just because he has that speed, because he has that agility, that quickness, he's able to do this. He's able to show that good knee bend and just react with the defensive end. In this clip, you see Simmons, once again, using that quickness to come out, just get in front of that defensive end. And that's got to frustrate defensive ends. He's so quick. He's so fast to get out there and to square you up. And there's just not much you can do. Trying to beat him with speed and quickness is just non-existent. Another example is that here against Oregon, once again, he's got a defender lined up, head up on him. And just that ability to quick set and just slide out with him. He doesn't have to get those deep drops, and I just love this lateral quickness. We see that lateral quickness and agility here against Iowa. This defensive end's going to shoot inside, and we see just that ability to redirect, sees the defensive tackle coming out, and just be able to turn those hips, get back outside. You just got to love the ability to, essentially he's not mirroring, but being able to go inside, back outside, that lateral agility, that change of direction, once again, to keep his quarterback clean and keep both of these defenders from getting any type of penetration in on the quarterback. And because he is so athletically gifted, there could be a perception that he's not very strong, not very stout, and that's not the case. Here against Iowa, he's going to quick set. And this defensive end, because he can't beat him inside or outside with his speed and quickness, is going to try and bull rush him. But he's able to take on that contact, absorb it, and anchor in, all with playing with good knee bend, good balance, gets jarred back a little bit, but he's able to just take on that bull rush, hold the point, and just stonewall this defensive end. Now, as I said, you didn't see Josh Simmons do a lot of deep drops. This was one of the occasions that he did here against Oregon at the snap. And he's not even really just kick-stepping back. He's, once again, more of a 45, but he shows that ability just to get out. And what I love here is his hands. I haven't talked about his hands much, if at all. As he goes in this drop, you can see his hands. He's patient with them. He's not getting them out too soon. He's waiting. Now, the defender is able to get his hands in on him first, which you don't love, But what I do like is that he's able to regroup, get his hands inside, and then control that defender. So he is a little late with his hands, but he does catch him and then gets those hands inside to control. And yeah, you'd love to get him in sooner, but I like the fact that he does get him in there and he does end up controlling this defender. So it's clear from those clips that Josh Simmons, I think, is an elite pass protector. His quickness, his agility, his ability to play at the point of attack, I think he has the potential to be an elite left tackle in pass protection. But how is he as a run defender? Well, here against Iowa, stout defensive line, good run defense. We see him use his athleticism. He's going to shoot inside quick on this. They're going to run an inside run. His defender's going inside. He's able to quickly get inside, engage at the point of attack, and then seal him off. Was his defender going to stop this run? I don't think so. But we see that quickness, and we see the ability to engage, occupy, and then seal that defender off. Now, I wouldn't say that Josh Simmons is a mauler in the run game. He's more of an occupier. We see that here against Iowa on this run, kind of coming to his side. We see the two pulling off the right guard and then the tight end. But he's able to engage with this defender and occupy him enough, getting his hands inside. He's not moving him. But he's just getting his hands and occupying him, making it so that he can't come off and allowing Judkins to get inside of him and up the field for a nice chunk gain here. We see another example of that. Same type of play-ish, kind of zone run off to the left here. He's going to be matched up with this defensive end outside linebacker. And he's able to go engage with him, get his hands in, and just occupy him enough. He did his job. Running back wasn't able to go anywhere, but he was able to go and engage and occupy, hold off, seal off his defender. This defender had no room to go, nothing to do with this run, and it was all because Simmons was able to push him out and control him. Now, as I said, Simmons isn't this big mauler, but he does show flashes. He does show the ability to have some power in his run blocking. So here against Iowa, once again at the snap, they're going to be kind of running type of zone run. And Simmons is able to engage with this defensive end and just kind of push him and move him a little bit. He's not mauling him. He's not driving him off his spot. But he's able to get underneath of him and, kind of turn him a little bit, little bit of steering him with his arms to get him outside and help, get him out of the way for his running back to go through. And then finally, the last clip. This is where I think you see a lot more of that strength, especially in his hands. Here against Oregon, once again, he's going to engage with this defensive end. And he's able to get his hands on him and then just drive him back. And it's just the little things that you notice. The ability to engage with him and then just steer him enough to turn him that allows Henderson to get by and get in for another long run. And it's just that ability. Once again, he's not a mauler, but he's got enough strength, especially in his upper body, that he can steer these defenders to where he wants to seal them off. Hey, we see right here, just engage, turn, seal, Henderson's gone. There is so much to like about Josh Simmons as it relates to him being a 2025 NFL draft prospect. His athleticism, his strength, his power, enough strength and power allows him, I think, to have the potential to be an elite offensive tackle in this draft. Watching him, he reminds me a lot of Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley was a guy that as soon as I watched him at Notre Dame, I just was like, this guy's an absolute stud. He's not enough people are talking about him, and then Stanley ends up going in the top 5, top 10, and has been one of the better offensive tackles in the NFL during his time. And I think Simmons has that ability. The problem is, like I said, he's coming off that ACL injury. The lucky thing for him is that it was early in the season. It's a bummer because we didn't get to see him against Abdul Carter. We didn't get to see him in that playoff run and potentially get to go against James Pierce or some of those other pass rushers. But what we saw early on this season against Iowa, against Oregon in that game, he's got all the potential in the world. And I think if he didn't suffer that ACL injury, we'd be talking about him as a top 5 pick. I think the Patriots, picking 4, it would be like the most mocked pick. I mean, it would be, who knows what goes with the 2 quarterbacks and Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter, but then everyone would be like penciling in Josh Simmons to the Patriots because they need that left tackle, and I think he's that good of a prospect. But he does have that ACL, and so we don't know, is he going to be able to recover from that? And our team's going to be scared off. I think the scouting combine and the medicals are going to be big for him. The reports out there is that he's ahead of schedule, and he should be ready to go by the start of training camp. And I hope that's the case because he is that good, 6'5", 310, with that length, with that athletic ability. He's a guy that, like I said, would be an easy top 5 pick if it wasn't for that injury. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode of the Film Room. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get all my videos. Hit that bell for all the notifications to let you know when a new video comes out. While you're out there, follow me on social media. Wherever you do social media, I am there at draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.